Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about Tesla, Mullen Automotive, and Nano Dimension. In this video, we will be analyzing three main articles, to where the first one is titled, Tesla Closes In on Another Deliveries Record After Price Cuts. And if you recall from a previous video, that is exactly what I predicted. By lowering the prices of their overall automotives, that is going to increase demand, lead to more sales, and benefit this company overall by making them more competitive. So we will be diving in to their next upcoming report regarding their vehicle deliveries and how I think this has positively impacted Tesla overall and made them even more competitive, even though they are a market leader already. Moving on, we will also talk about Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN, because recently Mullen Automotive reports sales of electric vehicle cargo vans to Automotive Group. So essentially, they are now capitalizing on a previous deal signed with another group that will sell their electric vehicles. So finally, Mullen will start to generate some revenue, even though if you know me, I am still very critical of this company, and I would much rather wait for this company to prove themselves and then earn my investment rather than me just speculating on this company and investing into this company right now. But nonetheless, we will still go over the latest news updates and price targets for both Tesla and Mullen Automotive. And then lastly, we will touch on a stock that we've reported on a lot in the past, named Nano Dimension. And unlike Tesla, which is an electric vehicle company which also specializes in energy storage and energy generation, and Mullen Automotive, which is a pure play electric vehicle startup company, Nano Dimension is a 3D printing company that also is a pretty good technology company. So we'll discuss why Nano Dimension's NNDM stock skyrocketed almost 15% higher after their earnings report. So for more videos just like this one on Tesla, Mullen, or Nano Dimension, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now. Comment your thoughts down below about any or all of these companies. Subscribe if you are new, and without further ado, I say let's jump right into today's stories. Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, has soared over 109% this year, or at least year to date, and in the coming days, their numbers are anticipated to impress investors, especially in regards to how many cars this company is set to deliver. Right now, the TSLA stock trades for around $262, although very positive analysts believe this company could surge in their overall share price even higher, up to $335, while other analysts believe this company could fall to around $200, and that would make the shares more digestible according to their overall accounting ratios. However, even though Tesla is the world's largest electric vehicle company out there right now, when they decrease the price of their overall electric vehicles across the board, many investors were split on whether or not this was a good move, even though I personally said yes, this was a good move, and I'll tell you exactly why that is. This actually put Tesla in a very positive position against their market competitors because it made Tesla vehicles look more attractive compared to their competition, and especially since newer models are being released by their competition, Tesla's existing vehicles need to look more attractive, and it looks like Tesla's overall strategy of taking away from their competition and their market share, taking the customers away from their competition, is working. An analyst even anticipated that the current projection for Tesla would be for them to sell 448,350 cars during the last 3 months, which would represent a 6% increase compared to the first quarter of the year. However, for the entire year, Tesla is anticipated to sell between 1.8 to 2 million vehicles, and currently they are on pace and on track to actually achieve this, which should invigorate overall TSLA and Tesla stock investors. To put this into perspective, last year Tesla, on a worldwide basis, sold around 1.3 million electric vehicles, and they still remain the dominant electric vehicle maker. However, when we look over in China, Tesla's number one competitor, which is BYD, has officially taken the lead, where Tesla now ranks as number 2 in the overall Chinese market, to where even Elon Musk himself wrote that their cars are highly competitive these days, meaning that there is going to be a fierce battle between TSLA and BYDDY over the electric vehicle space. But even with that being said, Tesla's discounting of their overall vehicles was a phenomenal move. Tesla discounted their vehicles starting back late last year when inflation and interest rates really started to get out of control, and this started to weigh on the buying power of consumers. So Tesla naturally lowered the prices of their overall vehicles to remain competitive and also sell vehicles despite rising interest rates and rising inflation. So the company decreased their overall prices of their electric vehicles vehicles, first in China, followed by the United States, and also Europe. Their best-selling vehicle, which is their Model Y, now starts for just around $47,740 in the United States, which is a huge discount from what it was trading at the beginning of last year in early January, where it was priced as high as $65,990. Tesla is also benefiting from a lot of electric vehicle or federal tax credits regarding the selling of their vehicles. Tesla is a major beneficiary from what's known as the Inflation Reduction Act. So with each of its high-volume vehicles, such as the Model 3 sedan and their Model Y SUV, they are now eligible for the full $7,500 federal tax credit, which makes their overall vehicles even more appealing to customers. On top of that, we have professionals and experts chiming in on this by saying, and I quote, "We still see risk of additional price cuts over the rest of the year and into 2024, end quote. So it seems that even analysts are anticipating even further price cuts in this overall company, which again is neither good nor bad, but in this instance it shows that Tesla is willing to remain competitive in this overall space. But despite the overall decreasing price of their vehicles, they are also increasing overall production at the same time, making giant moves in their overall charging network to where Ford, General Motors, Polestar, and a few others are officially a part of Tesla's charging network. Tesla is essentially making a monopoly around their charging network, and it seems that other very large legacy automakers and even newer electric vehicle companies are bowing to Tesla in this regard by becoming a part of Tesla's overall charging network, which is extremely positive news for TSLA stockholders. In the end, I think Tesla is doing phenomenal as a company. They are a little pricey, but there is still further upside in this overall stock, and since it's being led by Elon Musk, who is a phenomenal CEO, investors should literally have nothing to worry about. However, once the price does start to get out of hand, we can anticipate a pullback, which is when I personally would start to add more shares, but until then, Tesla looks like a phenomenal company to continuously invest into. Next up, let's talk about another electric vehicle company named Mullen Automotive, and you know I've been critical of this company in the past, and I am still critical because I normally wait for companies to prove themselves either by increasing their overall production, bringing in loads of revenue, becoming profitable, or showing their overall fundamentals, which would encourage me to invest, and I don't think Mullen has done that right now. However, there is some good news for Mullen, and I want to give them props where props are due. Mullen, like I said, is an electric vehicle company that trades for just around 11 cents because they've had a lot of problems in the past, but thankfully Mullen has actually started to make moves that would reflect positively on their overall underlying revenue. Like we said, Mullen is a startup electric vehicle company with emerging electric vehicle technology, and they have recently sold 22 electric vehicle cargo vans to Randy Marion Auto Group. And this is part of a larger deal where Randy Marion actually requested a load of cars from Mullen, and now it tells us as investors that Mullen is actually shipping out these vehicles even though it's only a little bit at a time. The revenue from this sale will actually total around $308,000. So the company is reporting that the vans will start to be shipped today from Mullen's overall base in Mississippi, where their assembly plant is. And that is going to be shipped over to North Carolina. In the meantime, Mullen is still currently in process of making 6 campus electric vehicle pilot programs across 4 main industry categories, which would include aviation, pharmaceuticals, public utility, and university buses. They're trying to make specific electric vehicles for these types of categories. However, this is a lot of talk, and I will change my mind once we actually see fruition coming through with this lip service. In the meantime, I do think it's positive that finally Mullen will have some revenue from selling electric vehicles on their balance sheet, which should reflect on their financial statements. However, despite this good news, it seems that Mullen stock is still down today at around a loss of 7.41%. So again, I would still wait and be extremely cautious of this company. I personally am not an investor into this company because I think it's too risky right now, and I'm literally not even willing to bet 11 cents on this company. I would much rather put that into an index fund or an ETF such as VTI, SCHD, and QQQM. But in the meantime, I know a lot of you are invested into this company, so I thought I would report on it. Last but not least, let's talk about a company that we've talked about multiple times in the past, and that is Nano Dimension, which is a technology company that also focuses on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and of course 3D printing. The reason this company is back in the news is because Nano Dimension had a phenomenal earnings report recently, which caused their overall NNDM stock price to surge by close to 50%. And this is a huge development for NNDM stockholders. I said that this company would be a decade hold at least, and the main draw for this company right now is that they are trading so cheaply at around $2.90 that literally they have more value than the company is actually worth. So what do I mean by that? Their market cap is currently around $714 million, even though they have over that amount just on their balance sheet. So from a value standpoint, this company is clearly undervalued, and I've argued this point a plethora of times, but I honestly stopped reporting on this company because people were getting ridiculous with the amount of risk that they were taking on by overexposing themselves to this company, which I thought was absolutely absurd. And if you know me, I'm all about proper risk management and not investing more than a 5% initial portfolio allocation to any singular risky growth company, including Nano Dimension. However, the reason why it's back in the news today is, like I said, they booked revenue just under $15 million for the quarter, which would equate to a 24% CAGR year over year, or a compounding annual growth rate, which shows this company is growing very rapidly. More good news is that according to the GAAP standard, they did become profitable. They went from a loss of $33 million 1 year ago for the same quarter to now bringing in for the quarter $22 million on the positive side. And again, remember, this is on a GAAP basis, meaning that this is extremely positive news. Now, Nano Dimension is a risky stock and it's not really followed by many active analysts. However, these improvements provide a strong base of the original bullish case that I have previously laid out. The CEO of Nano Dimension even said that one of the most exciting developments this quarter is the fast adoption of our deep learning / AI technology developed by our DeepCube division. And for some context, they acquired DeepCube, which I predicted way back when I was first starting this overall YouTube channel, and they also had many other fantastic acquisitions. However, the CEO goes on to say, it is now effectively installed in our newer models of machines, advancing industrial inspection, print quality optimization, process optimization, and monitoring and maintenance of machines. So overall, this is a very positive news development for Nano Dimension. Lastly, investors are also excited about how Nano Dimension recently announced a share buyback program, which is very interesting because normally Nano Dimension was actually used to the exact opposite and diluting shareholders by issuing more shares. So now it seems that they are going to buy back shares, which again, I predicted in my previous videos. However, there is no details as of right now provided regarding this buyback program because as of right now, investors are just really hyped about this overall positive quarter. But in my personal opinion, I again would wait for the next quarter to come in to see if their overall trajectory is positive or this was a particular quarter that they just got lucky on. Over the long term, I do think that this could still be a good, viable investment, but the time horizon for this company is out like 10 years because they have a lot of underlying building to do to really get this company ramped up, because ultimately it's going to be hard to justify a company that's bringing in $15 million when their market cap is $714 million. The only real argument there is that they have over $1 billion on their balance sheet. So from a value standpoint, I understand, but from the amount of revenue they are bringing in, it's not necessarily justified. But again, I think this company could build out a very successful company. So I would encourage you to always make sure to do your own research. If you want more videos on Tesla, Mullen Automotive, Nano Dimension, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now. Comment your thoughts down below about any or all of these stocks. Don't forget to subscribe and become a member of this channel if you want more videos like this one. And with that being said, I will see you in the next YT video.